Hi, good night. Welcome to the Quarantine Hour. This is Jallon Johnson, and I'm here with my guest speakers, Hewitt Johnson and Dr. Jamal Johnson.
Good night, caller. Good night, everyone. This is Hewitt Johnson here.
Good night, Jamal Johnson speaking.
Okay, first question. On the issue of COVID-19 pandemic, was this issue managed competently by the government? Give your thoughts.
Well, yes. Looking at the steps taken, like firstly, the travel ban on Chinese residents or travel from China. This action was taken since January.
Okay.
So it shows that the government had some semblance of a plan long before it hit shores. Because what it did after that is set up things like a parallel health system and all the facilities. They kept monitoring the countries who were entering the crisis or who were part of the crisis. They took the time to increase the stock of medical supplies. And if you notice, as the pandemic reached our shores, they went into a new phase of calling out or employing additional staff to man these facilities so that it will not be a drain on the existing facilities.
Okay.
Some of the risk management strategy, what they use in terms of stopping or at least trying to manage the spread, was things like the quarantine for travelers coming into the country, the shutdown of business where they only use essential businesses. They even went ahead and enacted legislation by means of the Quarantine Act so that they were able to detain locals showing the symptoms as well as closing of the borders.
Okay.
While these were tough strategy, it aided in the slow or at least helped to manage the spread as COVID-19 reached our shores.
Okay. Second question first will be for Jamal. Should the credibility of the information be called into question?
Well, as always, it is within our human nature to question, especially when in a crisis. But that being said, my initial opinions on the legitimacy of the government's dissemination of the information, whether it be via social media or even the twice daily press conferences that, with our Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, the various ministers, Stuart Young and Terence Diazing, and even the CMO, Dr. Paris Ram, I was relatively satisfied. The protocols, in my opinion, were laid out pretty well for the general public to follow, and all of the information were actually presented by a panel of experts who also had the backing of by the independent testing body, CARFA. And from what I continue to see, all the information was given and consistently to all the parties involved.
Okay. Following up question for QE. In looking at the communication process, was the risk and crisis effectively managed by the government?
Well, effective communication will always play a vital role in this and any crisis. The government, in this matter, received a major boost due to the fact that this pandemic was being played out across the televisions, across the internet, and all other forms of social media, where we saw the images, we saw the narrative coming from the countries like China, Italy, and from the US concerning the severity of the consequence if the system was ever to be overwhelmed. So it helped in that the population was at the point of already prepped for the information they were already sitting up and taking notice, so that once the information was then packaged in a trustworthy and efficient manner, people would have responded. And if you look at the communication strategy, utilize what it had, it was a combination of two major elements. You had some subject matter experts coming in from the health system, presenting the information on the medical aspects of this pandemic. While we had the government officials presenting government response, providing the support mechanism, and in some cases providing timely responses to any perceived or in response to any information that could have the potential to derail the process. You see, once a vacuum presents itself, it tends to be filled. And in this case here, it could have been filled by the propaganda machine, which went to work almost immediately as the pandemic hit Trinidad and Tobago. What government went ahead and do too is they use some reactive strategies in dealing with criticisms as it came from the opposition party. Sometimes as the public opinion began to fluctuate, and as we are aware, the propaganda machine again. And you see, by doing that, it allowed them to relabel and reshape the conversation. So potential crisis scenario and cause them to position themselves more customer centric and sincere in the overall responses.
Okay. Mal, follow up. Another question: public present barriers to the information during a crisis. If so, why would the public present barriers to the information during a crisis?
Well, it's in my experience that in a crisis, people tend to do what comes natural to them. Whether we perceive it as good or whether we perceive it as ill. A lot of nationals may feel that they're not directly affected. Now, they may, as Mr. Youth would have said, see it online to other countries, but they may feel that the ones who actually at risk of who directly at risk of mortality are the elderly or those with pre-existing medical conditions. In addition, the number of cases currently, as we speak, in Trinidad and Tobago has actually begun to slow down in the number. And as a result, without any tangible risks to deal with, any tangible results to deal with, is seen rather as an infringement of personal freedoms, and as such, the public may not be as willing to accept the information given, and may even venture out and thus putting themselves at risk and others of contracting virus.
In closing, to respond to a social media question, are the results gained in stemming the spread of coronavirus commensurate with tough benchmark practices developed in China? I believe restrictive actions in public places and enforcing social distancing is ultimately a cure to good. These practices were useful to reduce the risk of transmission and contraction. Implementing these tactics are both cost and time effective and reduce the strain on the public. These benchmark practices displayed from China, while extreme, hold high credibility and when implemented quickly, reduce the spread of the virus. Italy, US and UK's inconsistent and complacent policies have failed to contain the spread of the virus. That's all the time we have. Thanks to the guests and thanks for listening.